We just got back from the interview. Like, how do you think that went?
I think it went like amazing. I think we came prepared. We had our questions prepared for her. The shot was nice. I like the shot. Haven't checked the audio, so hopefully the audio's nice. But as for what Gemma actually said, I think it was really cool because we've talked about certain things and of problems that are in the professional track world. But to hear her actually say it, to hear her say, yeah, these are some of the questions I asked when I was thinking about it. These are the opinions that were given to me. Here are some of the things that I did, such as living with other triathletes and how it makes it easier. Because obviously we've said it makes it easier, coming from our collegiate perspective, but it's cool that she gave her own professionally. Yeah, it's cool to be with other pros, just being around that environment, like iron sharpens iron. So that was very interesting. That was really cool. Then also hearing her perspective on how supportive her family and friends were, hearing how she needs different ways to, make an income outside of the typical, making money through meets. Hearing how it's a little bit easier to make money in Europe and all these type of things, and just the biggest thing that she said was the financing, which is kind of what we talked about with PDC of being an issue of just making track more economic through jobs or even utilizing what you learned in school, such as she was an English major, so she does a lot of freelance writing. So these are all different ways that PDC is going to be positioned to help the athlete, utilize their own skills, make track more feasible, help with budgeting, because although Gemma did it herself, some people just naturally aren't inclined to be able to budget, work with the numbers, plan stuff out, forecast. Maybe that was because of Gemma's engineering background, but these are all stuff that PDC is going to help other athletes and ourselves with.
So now that the interview's done, what are your thoughts on kind of what we got from Gemma? What was the new things that you heard? Stuff that got confirmed?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where she definitely said what we were thinking, and it kind of, she said a lot of the struggles that we figured there would be, obviously talking about finance and whatnot, but to kind of double down on it and even go into more depth, you know what I'm saying? Some people know what a black hole is, but you don't know how the physics works type thing. It's the same thing. It's just she said all these things about not just the struggle of finance, which, was pretty much what I was expecting to hear, but she was actually talking about ways to alleviate those struggles, which was great news, She's basically talking about, it's one of those things where it's it's very engaged. It's very engaged. It requires you to be really engaged. And I guess obviously there's struggles. Obviously, you gotta find a job. Obviously you gotta find this, you gotta get X, Y, Z, you gotta find these things, all these things. But I think, just recognizing that, all right, well, if you're engaged, then you can get these things. And I think one of the biggest things is that at the end of the day, this is what we're trying to do for other people. So yeah, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be tough for us as a program, as the founders of the program, finding these things. But once we do this, we can help so many people, by really establishing those resources and being all right, boom, you join our program, this is what we can help you with. We can help you do X, Y, Z, we can help you do this. And I don't know, she kind of talked about all that stuff, and I don't know, she had some great suggestions. That was the other thing. She also had some really good suggestions, what some of her people do, what some of her people do, some of her teammates / colleagues do to, alleviate that financial burden, and or not even just alleviate the financial burden, because it's you could easily get a job. I mean, well, not easily, but you could easily get a job, if you went to college and whatnot. But or even not going to college, you can get a McDonald's job anytime. But I think finding a job that's going to have that flexibility, that's going to allow you to save up that, money, because, once you get to, like she was saying, once you get to outdoor, we're not working that much. So you better have made some money, you know, by then. So I think that's just the big thing is like really kind of letting you know ahead of time, like, all right, you're gonna have this, that problem because if you plan on running well, these are the things that you're gonna have to factor in. And at the end of the day, you're running against people that only do that. You know what I'm saying? Like that only run, that only go to the chiropractor, that only, you know, I don't know, that only do X, Y, Z, and you're doing TUVWXYZ, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big thing. Oh, I was wrong. She does have the 60 record. Yeah, she has a 60 record. She doesn't have the 200 indoor, but I think she has the 200 outdoor? No, she has the 60 and the 100. Okay. Yeah, 60, 100. Got you. Yeah, 7.4. Sheesh. All right, some dudes run that on their bad days. 7.4 and 11.4. Yeah, that's crazy. 1 second, that much time. But I mean, this is what it's about, man. I mean, she did this while she was in college. Don't get me wrong. You know, going from walk-on speed to school record holder speed, but I think like. Okay, yeah. Going from school record holder speed to like walk-on speed. Walk-on to school record holder speed. You know, I think she did that in college, but in my opinion, that kind of shows like whatever it is when you graduate. Like that doesn't mean that that's the end. Like you can't get any faster. Like this is it. You know, your time's up. You know, and I think that's what this is about. It's just gotta extend that shelf life because this is. I mean, it's tough. It's tough out here. You know, but yeah.